Well, good morning everyone and welcome to my kitchen. Today it is a pantry pull meal, and this pantry meal is only going to cost me a couple dollars. I hope you stay tuned. And welcome back. Today we are making scalloped potatoes. Now I was going through my freezer. My freezer is almost empty in the main kitchen here, and then when it's totally empty and I showed you all my meals, then I'm gonna start bringing stuff in from my other freezer. But we are using all kinds of bits of stuff. In fact, I'm trying to figure out what all is in here. I think this is chives and onions, yes. And then for $1.99, I got these a while ago, but they were frozen. So the ham I had in the freezer was chopped up, but it was so freezer burnt, I was not going to use that. So basically, so far, it cost me $1.99, 99 cents for this soup, which is still stuff that our neighbor gave us. So that didn't cost me anything. So $1.99. And that's all it's going to cost me for my meal, because my potatoes are homegrown. Some of these are mine and some of these are our daughter's. All right, let's go ahead and make some scalloped potatoes, and then we'll just cut this up and use this in replace of the ham. Now these are not gourmet meals, these are everyday meals. It's finding stuff in your freezer and in your pantry. I found this, and you know what? We're not throwing anything away because we're not going to the grocery store like we used to. So let's get started in today's meal. I know hot dogs are not considered something very nutritious. In fact, they're not very good for you. But these here are different. No artificial flavors, no artificial colors, no fillers, and no byproducts. So this is normally a very expensive kosher, all beef. And for $1.99, that was a huge deal. So let's make it. So I'm going to spray my pan, and then we're just going to line it with potatoes. And then we're going to put our onions on. These are some chopped chives. I'm just using everything I can find. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to chop these up. So what I'm realizing is I don't have to go to the grocery store so much. I don't have to spend so much money. I can think outside the box and use things differently. So these were 4 hot dogs. This wouldn't go very far now, would it? But if you're going to cut it up like this, now it's going to go a lot further because we're going to add it with potatoes. So I'm going to go ahead and chop these all up, and then I'll show you what we do next. I also will give you the recipe in the description box below. Now I am using hot dogs with mine, so it was just for scalloped potatoes. So you have to look in the description box to find out the full recipe. All right, we're just going to add the hot dogs to the potatoes. Back in the Great Depression, people used things in such a different way, and they realized that there's so much food that gets wasted, and they didn't waste anything. And I'm learning that too, that, you know, even if you're missing an ingredient, you don't have to run to the grocery store. Just make do with what you have. So we're going to put the potatoes back on top. Now, of course, you wouldn't have to add any kind of meat to this. Or you could add just about any kind of meat to this. You could add chicken. You could also add beef. But this is a frugal meal. All right, so now we have this. Now let's go ahead and put on the creamed mixture. I got a whole bunch of this free, and this was in a free food box that I received. So I'm actually going to use this. This is processed cheese, but I'm going to use that to substitute the other cheese. Most of you who watch my videos by now know that I do not follow recipes exactly. I never follow a recipe exactly. I use what I have. And I don't really need the cheddar cheese soup because we have so much other cheese that we're going to add to it. I find that some cheese has bioengineered ingredients in it and some cheese doesn't. Some of the processed cheese doesn't have it in it, which is really nice, but some of it does. This one is non-specific, so I do not know if it has in it or not, but food is too expensive. I'm not throwing anything away. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and mix this all up. And I'm wondering if I need another can of cream soup. Let me see what it calls for. It does call for milk. We're going to add a little milk to ours. And to save money, I'm going to use some canned milk. All right, so here's the canned milk. If you want to know how canned milk, when it goes bad, it will not have this nice white color. It will be more of a yellow or brown. It also smells good. So you know this milk is okay. Now, I'm not sure how much of this I want to use. I don't want to make it too watery. So I'm just going to go ahead and stir this a little bit more here. I think that's going to be plenty. We want to make it that it actually, we can pour it. Let's try just a little bit more. And I do have a piece of foil that I saved from another meal, so I am going to use foil. We're going to cover this and we're going to bake it at 350 degrees. So you can put this in the crock pot on low for 7 hours, or you can bake it. I'm going to go ahead and bake mine at 350 degrees. I'm going to try it for about an hour, and then I'll see once if the potatoes are done. All right, so that is in my little toaster oven. We're going to go ahead and take all of these potato peelings out into my compost bin, because that way we can have that into compost, which will help me grow my seeds and my plants in the spring. So I'll meet you out at the compost bin.
All right, everyone, I bet you're wondering now, who is holding the camera? Well, our son, when I hit 100,000 subscribers, our son bought me a Pixie. A Pixie is a small little drone that can follow a person around. He thought I would really enjoy it. Now, he got it for me. It was used. He got it on eBay, and I absolutely love it. Me and my little Pixie goes around everywhere. You'll see it in some of my intros where I'm holding my arms out. That's because in order to retrieve your Pixie when you're done, you have to hold your arms out and it'll fly right into your hand. It is a cute little gadget, and I love using it. There is no sound with the Pixie, but it follows me around and it can be quite fun, and it keeps my hands free. So it's basically like having another set of hands, and I absolutely love it. And I can't wait to do more videos showing you my Pixie. It's my Pixie and me. I can hardly believe this, but I lost about a 2-minute footage of me showing the casserole when it was done and me giving a taste test. I've searched high and low and I could not find that file. I have no idea where it went. But I can tell you now and report to you that it is absolutely amazing. I put it down as one of our favorite meals, and I probably will make it once a month if I can find those kind of hot dogs on sale again. but it was absolutely delicious. And I'm so very sorry of not being able to show you the finished food and me tasting it, because I know you all love that, and I love showing the end result. But if somehow I find it, I will put it in another video and let you see it, because it absolutely was delicious, and everyone in our family loved it, and I will be making it for our children as well.